nervous or afraid. It wasn't just a lesson that I wanted to teach them on the softball field, but a life lesson. I tried to build confidence in teenage girls, and I want them to feel as though there is nothing they can't do. I wasn't asking them to cross the street with a blindfold on. I was asking them to field pop-ups in the outfield, to stay in front of sharply hit ground balls, and to stay in the batter's box against a fast pitcher. Because after the first week of practice, we were having a hard time doing these things. This was a group of players that I didn't have to worry about if they were going to work hard. They do. I didn't have to worry about if they were going to listen. They do. What I had to worry about is if they were going to be able to make plays in the field and get hits at the plate. We were only returning 4 players from last year's A-team. I wasn't sure what to expect, but what I did know was that we would work hard. These girls did exactly that. From the beginning of our bravery over fear theme, girls were getting better in the infield. We were starting to catch balls in the outfield, and they began to believe that the expectation is to stay in front of the ball and catch the ball. Before doing these things, we're uncomfortable. By the end of the season, as all of you witnessed, we were an excellent fielding team. Now to the season. Like all my 3 seasons here, I think unfairly we tend to focus everything on ADL. So with that said, let's focus on what we did against non-ADL teams. Our record against everyone else was 7-2, with our only losses coming to talented teams in South Burlington and St. Albans. In our 7 wins, we outscored opponents 102 to 26. That is 76 runs. Pretty impressive for a team that I wondered if they were going to be able to score runs. This team had spirit, played the game the right way, responded to my criticism, and celebrated in their victories. Now on to the certificates. I won't recognize each of the 7th graders individually for 2 reasons. I've coached all of them in multiple sports for multiple seasons. They know how I feel about them. Furthermore, I believe the best is ahead for them, and they can be recognized once they step into the leadership role of being 8th graders. I will say this though, this group of 7th graders, Maisie Baker, Gigi Bruins, Ingrid Gillum, and Ava Spooner, get it. They play hard, they work hard to improve, they cheer on their teammates, and they have fun while they do it. It is a lot of fun to coach these girls. So come on up, Maisie, Gigi, Ingrid, Ava. Whoops. One moment, Father.
There you go, Maisie.
Thank you,
Great
Dad.
job.
Now on to the 8th graders. This being my 3rd season, this is the first group of girls that I have had in the program for all 3 years. I've been coaching some of them since they were 9 years old, and in multiple sports and multiple seasons. I couldn't have asked for a better group of girls. They are smart girls, good teammates, and they understand that I have high expectations, and they did everything they could to reach them. So first, this girl plays softball all year long. She has been a part of the winter pitching clinics for as long as I can remember. She has worked hard to become the better player that she is today. This year, she gained confidence both in the field and at the plate, and it showed. She always gave her best. Thank you for giving your best every day, Mia Roth. The improvement that this player made from the start of the season to the end was likely more than any other player. She went from a girl that struggled to make contact at the plate or catch a ball in the outfield to a girl that was hitting the ball solidly at the plate and was catching every ball in the outfield. In the last game, she got 2 hits at the plate and caught a ball in the outfield for an out. It was really fun to watch Madeline Nani's confidence grow with every game. Madeline. This girl is one of the most physically talented players that I've ever coached. She has a motivation to succeed that is beyond her years, and she had a great season. She stepped up to pitch for us after Maisie broke her leg in February and did a great job. She improved with every game. The sky is the limit for Nikki Norton. I could always count on this girl to be a leader and do her job. She was smooth and steady at first base all season long, and regardless of the outcome, she battled every time she batted. She hustles, listens, offers encouragement to her teammates, and insights during our team circles. I'll certainly miss having her around the softball field with me. Maddie Bosley. Every year since I began, I watched the progression of this girl's swing. It has always been hard, no question. She swings harder than any girl I know. The challenge has always been the contact. Not this year. I've seen some hard hit balls in softball, but I am not sure I have ever seen one hit as hard as the one Madison McEwen hit for a home run in our final game of the year. No one would know the veracity of her swing by her demeanor. And it has been a pleasure to coach one of the nicest girls at EMS, Madison Stewart. I don't believe there is an athlete in Essex, or Vermont for that matter, that has more raw athletic ability than Paige Winter. Whether it be behind the plate, in center field, or at the plate, Paige excelled wherever she was. I can probably count on one hand the number of balls that she didn't hit on the sweet spot on the bat. I hope that Paige continues to communicate and learn the game. Her potential has no limits. I have coached this girl in 2 sports over the last 2 seasons. She always gives everything she has on every play, at every at-bat, and every swing. She may also be one of the most humble players I've ever coached. Grace Cook, you are an excellent softball player. And every time I've pushed and asked for more, you've always come through. You always learn from your mistakes and never back away from a challenge. I love your attitude, and I know that you will be successful at whatever you choose to do at the high school. Writing these are not easy. I care about each and every one of these girls. I believe that I've made some kind of connection with everyone. I appreciate the relationships that I formed with every girl, and I hope that I have made you all a little bit of a better person or a little bit more confident. I have enjoyed every minute that we spent either on the basketball court or the softball field. Best of luck in 8th grade and in rest of 8th grade and in high school.
Thank you. Well said. Very well said.